Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel. Yesterday on the Pat McAfee Show, Adam Schefter said we should be paying closer attention to this.
I think that's been one of the least talked about biggest stories going into the season. The fact that Deshaun Watson could wind up being the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I think that's absolutely on the table. I think that it feels like it's moving towards that right now.
You're fired up about this, Mike T.
Well, I mean, I'm just a data and fact guy. He has not played a full season since 2020. He last played in 2024 when he played in 7 games. Since then, he's torn his Achilles tendon not once but twice. Look at this graphic, guys. He's played in 19 games since 2022, and he's missed 49. And again, he tore his Achilles tendon twice. And when you talk to players, that is a really hard injury to come back from once, let alone twice.
You know why I haven't been talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh, because I feel like I'm going to be flying to Cleveland a lot this year. And you know, not that I don't
Is that
Cleveland.
April Fool's?
I wish it were. I wish it were. No, I mean, listen, I've been around this team since the trade. You know, he served the suspension, had the injuries. But if you were paying attention to Todd Monken at the Combine, Todd Monken made it clear then that Deshaun Watson, what happened in the past, he's excited to get a look at him. He's excited for him to be a part of this. So for me, I look at this situation. The Browns are saying this guy is finally healthy. If Deshaun Watson, in a real competition, can't beat out Shedeur Sanders as a veteran quarterback who's played in a ton of games, experienced a lot of different things, can't beat out Shedeur, that's a problem. And I think he should have the leg up over Shedeur Sanders, just based off of experience and skill set.
Nick.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think that I just look at like the future of that. Oh, that was nice. That outcome, if Deshaun Watson comes and plays well, he becomes a free agent. And immediately after having a good season, and they sign him to another long-term contract. I just can't imagine that the Browns organization wants to sign up for that again. And then to Mike T's point, like it's hard to imagine you want to commit to someone who's come off of 2 torn ACLs so recently and hasn't played in forever. It seems like the best case scenario is one of these younger, cheaper quarterbacks that they already have on the roster works out, or they don't work out and then you're ready to draft one next year. It feels like kind of the worst possible outcome is Deshaun Watson plays well enough to keep you out of the range of one of those quarterbacks, and then you extend him even further into the future and he becomes your quarterback of the future. I don't think that's what anybody in Cleveland really wants.
Yeah, and fundamentally, if the 4 of us were running the Browns, like, we're not going to beat Joe Burrow. We're not going to beat Lamar Jackson. Like, we're the 3rd best team in the division at best.
We wouldn't have that attitude if we were running.
Well, I'm just saying, with a rookie head coach, let's go get our own guy. So let's go with Shedeur. Let's go with Dylan Gabriel, and let's go draft another quarterback either this year or next year. So I just think it's improbable for him to play in 17 games and then to play well enough to beat the Ravens or the Bengals.
But you have a guy that you arguably made the worst trade in NFL history.
Right.
He's still there.
Correct.
So you owe it to yourself to trot this guy out and see what he can bring you with the money you're paying him and what you gave up. The Houston Texans built their whole successful franchise right now on this trade.
Or you could cut your losses and move on and say that was a terrible mistake, and people that made that decision, some are no longer in the building, and we're going to move on.
Well, instead, Jimmy Haslam is telling reporters that he has a great chance of being their starter. So,
and with the Browns, it's never about planet Earth, as we know. But meanwhile, on planet Earth, there are 32 NFL head coaches. Just some early math, data and facts is what came up. Only 31 of them made the coach picture out in Arizona at the league meetings. The one that missed, Todd Monken, Browns' new head coach, notably missing upper right corner.
Just so you know, that's the GM's. Anyway.
We showed the wrong picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's John Schneider in the middle.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, GM of the Seahawks.
Yeah. Just a little.
Now, what are you saying about are GM builds different than head coaching builds?
I resemble that comment.
I just want to know why we didn't know that. So it was a haircut.
Yes, Todd Monken told reporter. Yeah, he's like, in fairness to Todd Monken, when he did the breakfast, he looked great. His hair was nice, nicely cut. The man looked great. Coaches have missed this photo before. I thought it was like funny. And if you listen to Todd Monken, he says some out there things. He's a joy to listen to. Let's hope his team is good, but he's great. You think that was bad?
Look, nothing surprises me.
Yeah.
And by the way, with some of the stories that are coming out of Arizona, like
I wanted to get
yeah, Nate, go ahead.
something important, some important research that I've been doing. You started with the Boise proposal. It appears that there's an article in 2024. Ian and Chrissy were still together in 2024, so I think that it worked out.
God bless, love, and get up. The fundamental lists. You see what we did there? It's going to be a list of things that I like. But first, this just in to get out. Mike Tannenbaum has been named the general manager of Boston College football. See, be careful. It's April Fools. Don't listen to Twitter, and you got to be careful today, all right? Just keeping you on your toes. In that vein of deception, trick plays, they make sports fun. Here's my favorite trick play. Sorry to all the Bills fans out there. I mentioned a moment ago. The Music City Miracle. I'm still debating as Kevin Dyson goes down the sidelines and Wycheck throws it to him. I'm still debating whether or not that was actually a backwards pass all these years later. Does anyone care to weigh in? All right, don't all jump at once. Thank you. To the Music City Miracle, the Philly Special. Now, here's the deal with the Philly Special. It had been run numerous times by different organizations and different levels of football. It's because this won the Super Bowl that they get the name title to it in Philly Special. Nick Foles, backup quarterback that year. Remember that story? Fantastic stuff there. They go on to win the Super Bowl. 2007, Fiesta, Boise State, Oklahoma. Jared Zabransky. Now, here's what makes this great. The Statue of Liberty to beat Oklahoma. Really the first time the little guy in football got to be the big guy. Ian Johnson, a running back right there. After the game, took a knee, proposed to his cheerleader girlfriend. I have not Googled to see if the marriage is still alive and well, but that was also one of the great plays in college football history. Chris Peterson giving you the Frank the Tank. This one was fantastic. 94, the fake spike to clock it. Dan Marino's like, nope. Right over the top. Perfectly executed. I don't know why they don't do the fake spike more often as Mark Ingram Sr. for the game-winning touchdown. And then Jets, Aaron Glenn, 31, head coach. He was actually the guy that bit on the fake. So that's a look at my favorite plays. Our desk over here that didn't want to participate at all, they sat there quiet. It's like one of them took a red-eye flight. I don't know. I have no idea what Tannenbaum's looking at over here. First of all, congratulations on your job at BC.
Go Eagles.
What thoughts on the trick plays? Did you like them?
I did. Aaron Glenn, by the way, got back on Dan Marino and had a pick six later in his career. And Aaron Glenn would tell Dan Marino that was payback for that play.
Really?
Yes.
That's a good little nugget.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite trick play that comes to your mind?
Just watching Brandon just not having to watch that Jets play. Our stage manager, Brandon, big Jets fan. So he was not happy with your little list.
Yeah, they're fans of all the teams here in the studio back in Bristol, and they've all been weighing in on whether or not we should have shown those. Either way, not a trick play. We're going to Cleveland, where the Browns, a week away from beginning off-season workouts.